Srimad Bhagwad Gita, chapter 4, Sloka 17, Siddhant. We will do the chanting. Karmano
कर्मणो
yapi
यपि
bodhavyam
भोक्तव्यं
bodhavyam
भोक्तव्यं
cha vikarmanaha
च विकर्मणः
akarmanascha
अकर्मणश्च
bodhavyam
भोक्तव्यं
gahana
गहना
karmano gatihi.
कर्मणो गतिः
Now Shloka 18. Karmanya
कर्मण्य
कर्मयः
कर्मयः
पश्ये
पश्ये
दकर्मणि
दकर्मणि
च कर्मयः
च कर्मयः
सबुद्धिमान्
सबुद्धिमान्
मनुष्येषु
मनुष्येषु
सयुक्तः
सयुक्तः
कृत्स्न
कृत्स्न
कर्मकृत्.
कर्मकृत्.
Thank you. We will do the meaning part. Shloka 17. Karmanaha, recommended action. He certainly. Api, also. Bodhavyam, should be known. Bodhavyam, must understand. Cha, and. Vikarmanaha, forbidden action. Akarmanaha, inaction. Cha, and. Bodhavyam, must understand. Ganaha, profound. Karmanaha, of action. Gati, the true path. So now Sri Krishna ji is saying, you must understand the nature of all the three actions. What are the three actions? Karma, Vikarma and Akarma. So karma is the recommended action. All the body, every body is born with a karma. Everybody has their own karma. So that is recommended action. Forbidden action or the action that is not to be done, that is vikarma. Like what we should not do. So it is not universal that this thing has not to be done. Yeah, few things are universal, like not telling the lie. That is universal vikarma, that nobody should tell lie. Apart from that, there are many other vikarmas or actions or things that one must not do. So it varies from person to person, body to body. And inaction, that is akarma. The explanation about this is very deep and difficult to understand. So here Sri Krishna ji is talking about three natures of karma. And he has given three names: karma, vikarma, and akarma. So he will be talking more about of all these things in the upcoming shlokas. Here he is telling about these three karmas and he is saying that it's very deep and difficult to understand. Why it is difficult to understand? Because if we take karma, first if we take karma, so everybody has its own karma. We cannot compare the karmas, like Siddhant karma is to study, my karma is not to study. So I cannot compare his karma and mine karma, because he is a student, his karma is to study. I am not a student, so my karma is not to study. So it is difficult, right? It's little complicated. Then vikarma, that is forbidden action or action that is not to be done. Like, so it may be like we will take example of doctor. So we cannot tell a doctor to teach, and I am a teacher, so I cannot we one cannot tell me to take the part of a doctor. So for me it is vikarma to do what a doctor does, and for a doctor it is vikarma to do what a teacher does. So that is the reason it is complicated. Able to understand why Sri Krishna ji is saying that it is difficult to understand and it is very deep. It is of course very deep because we need to understand everything. And basically all the understanding comes gradually. That is why this reading Bhagavad Gita, this batch will take approximately 2 years. So we should understand the things slowly and gradually. One cannot understand the complete Bhagavad Gita in one day. It's very difficult. Nowadays there are short courses, no? Understand the complete Bhagavad Gita at one go. How is that possible? You will forget. Okay, chalo, you collect all the key points. Then what happens? You will forget, and it is so depth. It's so much to understand from one shloka. How can you understand the complete Bhagavad Gita? That is why Sri Krishna ji also says, when you start something, start gradually. It will come when the meditation part will come. Over there, he tells that when you start meditation, start with 1 minute. Then after 2 days, switch to 2 minutes. Then gradually you keep increasing your time. He also says nothing is instant. You cannot do it instantly. Okay, today you decide to do meditation and you can sit for 10 minutes. How is that possible? Today you have decided to learn Bhagavad Gita, understand Bhagavad Gita, and you just wanted to do in a day. It's not possible. Everything takes time. Everything in life, everything takes time. So here also Sri Krishna ji is saying that to understand this three actions or the three karmas, it is difficult, and it is very deep to understand the three karmas. And the third one is a karma, that is inaction, that is doing nothing. There are many people who do nothing, they are just sitting idly. That is a karma. So basically, this three names is been discussed in this shloka by the Supreme Lord. Okay, chalo Usha Baji.
Here Sri Krishna is explaining about the karmas. There are three karmas. One is karma, vikarma and akarma. So Sri Krishna is saying to understand all the karmas, it is very difficult to uh, tell about everything. We can learn gradually, but karma is what we are born with the karmas, what we have to do everyday life. That is karma. And what is vikarma is the person to person. It is vary about person to person. We cannot compare each vikarma. If vikarma is like that, my karma is doing to learn the chanting, and your karma is to teach the chanting. So it is very different from person to person. We cannot compare it. And a karma is we are not doing anything, just sitting idly. It is a karma, because see Krishna is saying a karma is not a action. It is not a action which will be not led to moksha path. By karma, doing karma, we will go to moksha path, but not the akarma. So we will do always karma.
Thank you so much. Ritu Bhabi.
Yes, dear. So in this shloka, Krishnaji talks about the types of karma. So he says there are three types of karma, which is inaction, akarma, vikarma is the wrong karmas, and karma, which a person is born and supposed to do. And he's saying the science of karma is very deep and very, very complicated, because karma is different for every person. So he will guide us towards the right karma.
Thank you. Siddhant.
Yes, ma'am. So here, Sri Krishna is explaining. Is going to is saying that he's about to explain the three karmas, like vikarma, akarma, and karma. So one that we're born with, the wrong action, and then doing nothing. So yeah, he's saying that this is soon this will get very confusing, and that he'll gradually explain to us what these mean and what. Yeah, he's going to start explaining them.
Thank you. Now shloka 18. Karmani action, akarma inaction, yaha who pashyetsi akarmani inaction cha also karma action yaha who saha de buddhiman wise manushyeshu amongst humans saha de yukta yogis kritsna karma krit, performers of all kinds of actions. Now Sri Krishna ji is saying, those who see action in inaction and inaction in action are truly wise amongst humans. Although they perform all kinds of actions, they are yogis and masters of all their actions, meaning they don't get attached in them. So this is what, that we do our karma, but we are not attached and we are not looking for the results. So to attain that, and it's very difficult. So here Sri Krishna ji is saying, in action means the person who is doing the action is not attached to the result. That means a student studying, but the student is not bothered about the result. What will be the result? Will the student be topper or will we get the higher grades? The student is just studying to get the knowledge because it's his karma, it's his action to do the action. And believe me, like for student it is done. And for adults like us, when we do something, we do so many things in our life. So when we just do and we don't think what will happen, if that thing is not in the mind, you will see that the things are going very smoothly, and whatever you are gaining, whatever you are whatever we do, that is a result for everything. You eat, so your health is good. For eating also there is a result. We breathe, so we are alive, that is a result. For everything the body does, that is a result. But Sri Krishna ji is saying, detach yourself. And believe me, if you just focus in doing your karma, you will see that the results are awesome. Seriously, I tell you. Even I feel, whenever I don't think what will happen, and things comes out very nicely, beyond the expectations, beyond the imagination also. So try, focus just doing your karma. The mind will wander. Mind is like 100 horses. It will wander, it will go towards the result. Bring it back and focus on your karma. Seriously, believe me, you try this. Keep trying. We need to try. We need to keep on trying. Even sometimes I think, okay, what will happen? Then I realize, no, I should not think about that. I should just focus in what I have to do. So you will see the results will be mind blowing. You yourself will be shocked, amazed, ki how did it happen? It is beyond imagination. Things will go in that way. But you have to be true. You have to be true to yourself. Nobody knows what you are thinking. Nobody can read the mind. True to yourself. Just focus what you have to do. Your mind will go towards कि ना क्या होने वाला. I mean, what will happen? What will I get? Bring your mind back. Be conscious. Bring your mind back. Sri Krishna ji also tells, your mind is like thousands horses. It will run in all the direction. Bring it back. Bring it back. Focus at one thing. So it will come back here to this shloka. Otherwise, I'll switch to something else. Though here Sri Krishna ji is saying that action in inaction. So he is saying that he is giving two examples. He is saying inaction means the person who is doing the action is not attached to the results. That is a yogi. That means a yogi doing the karma, but he is not attached to the result, is inaction. Meaning his body is doing the action, but his soul is not bothered about it. So soul is focused in Sri Krishna. So you will get more focus on Sri Krishna. Try this. Then action in inaction is the opposite. First we did inaction. Now it is action in inaction. The person is not doing his duty or karma, but his soul and mind is only thinking about that activity and the results. Body is not doing the karma, but bothered about the result. We can take, it's a very common example for kids. All the students, they will not study, but they are bothered about the result. They will not study for their exam, but when the paper comes, they should get full marks. How is that possible? This example I'm giving for my daughters. They will not study, they will not study properly, but when the exam comes, oh, they are full tensed. I should get full marks. How come I lost 4 marks, 5 marks? How is that? You have to study. So it's a very common example for kids or the students. No, no, then when they don't study, then but they are bothered about the result that we should get full marks, we should be topper. How is that possible? That is what Sri Krishna ji is saying. That there are two type of people. One is the yogi, other one is not doing the karma, but still the soul is bothered about the result. So see now here Sri Krishna ji is saying soul is bothered about the result. But actually, why he is using this? Just to make humans understand that the body has to do the karma. Soul is sitting inside us and he is a witness. He's just a witnesser. Matlab, he is just witnessing what the body is doing. So when body is not doing the karma, soul is worried ki what will be the result. Able to understand, because soul knows ki body has not done anything, but there will be one result, and what will be that result? Able to understand the depth of the meaning. So the soul is bothered for the body. That is why body should do the karma. See, he is going round and making us understand the importance of the soul. Even though he is saying soul is not attached to the body, still soul is concerned for the body, that if the body doesn't do the karma, how the body will get the results. So that is why he is saying when the body doesn't do the karma, soul is bothered ki what will be the result. But if the body does the karma, soul is peacefully inside, happily enjoying Supreme Lord Bhakti, Supreme Lord's devotion. When body doesn't do the karma, then soul is worried about the result, that what will happen to this body. This body is not doing anything. Able to understand the meaning, actual meaning of this shloka and what Sri Krishna ji is trying to tell us. Again, he is going the round and coming to that the body should do the karma. So, if a person is able to understand and differentiate between this, he is wise and he will be able to perform all his duties to the best possible. Able to understand? When you understand these two differences and when you understand the depth of this meaning, then obviously we get a spark from inside and we feel like okay, we have to do our karma, because then our soul will start worrying and the soul will not be able to focus on the soul. Okay? Come on, Siddhant, your turn.
Yes, ma'am. So here, Lord Shri Krishna is saying, so action in inaction and inaction in action. So I think action in inaction was where the body would uh, look at something and say it was too much work. So then the soul itself would take on the job to try and get Lord Shri, the mind and the soul would get together to work to get the moksha. And there's inaction in action. Uh, I think it was where it would be without having any attachments to any results. Uh, so yeah, so here Lord Sri Krishna is saying that we should do our job, do our duty, and yeah, so he's given two examples where like wise people who see action, inaction in action and action in action. Well,
Good.
in action in inaction and inaction in action.
Very good, awesome. It's very difficult to understand and remember. Actually, it's like a tongue twister. Good, nice one. Very nice. Thank you. Ritu Babi.
Yes. So, after explaining the three types of karmas, Sri Krishna is now saying about the karmas that we should do. In that, there are two types. One is inaction in action. That means, even though we are doing our karmas, we should be inactive towards the results. That is the only path to happiness. and other is action in action. That means people without doing anything, they want the results, and they're only focused on the results. That is also not good. So always we should be inactive in action. So that is what Krishnaji says.
Thank you so much. Ushabaji.
Here Sri Krishna is saying, explaining about the inaction in action and the action in inaction. Like example, the Krishna is saying that while doing our inaction, while doing our actions, we should be inactive. We should not be attached to while doing karmas. But some people are like that. They are doing uh, nothing, but they are thinking about the results. This is very bad. So while doing in action is the happiness, and the soul will get us to right path. But while doing action in inaction is not a good job. We should always do our duties, and we should not be attached to that. Again and again, Sri Krishna is explaining that only.
Thank you, Baji. Awesome. I should say, students are more smart than teachers. It's
Our teacher is smart, that why student becomes smarter.
thanks to Krishna Bhagwan ji. It's really good that you all are able to
Always
understand.
smart, Masi.
Pardon?
You're always smart, whether in class or outside class.
No, no, no.
Yes,
It's
yes, yes.
about our teacher. What we choose. We are doing karmas, no? When we are doing karma, how we choose, that's depend upon our teacher. So teacher is smart.
Thank you, Baji. Thank you
Okay,
so
both are
much.
smart.
Very kind of you. So, we all teachers and students all are smart. Nalli ma'am, Shri Krishna.